All right, I can see that we're online. Oh, okay, great. I can see that the chat is working. All right. Ashok, let me know when I should start.
Let's go ahead.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, hi everyone. I'm standing in front of you today as a speaker, thanks to all the mentoring relationships that I had in my life. Just 5 years ago, I came to the UK as a shy young woman with lack of confidence, very low self-esteem, and frankly speaking, very little idea of what I wanted to do in the future. I was starting yet another degree in marketing after first graduating in dentistry and then broadcasting journalism. So I was still on my crusade to find my true passion. And all my mentors helped me to slowly come to a realization of what I really wanted to do and needed to do to feel happy and fulfilled. And so now I'm finding myself in a position, in a dream role that I secured just 2 months after the graduation in the midst of pandemic. And in this job, I get the chance to spread awareness of my one true passion, mentoring. So this session, Mentoring, a Tool for Success, is also part of my mission. And I hope that by the end of this session, you will learn at least these 3 things. I want you to learn what mentoring is and how you can use it to enhance your career. I want you to learn where you can find a mentor and how to establish and maintain effective mentoring relationships with them. And finally, I want you to learn how mentoring can change your life, the same way it changed mine. It doesn't matter if you are a student, a junior employee, or an experienced manager, mentoring can do wonders for everyone. And I'm not saying this just because I work in mentoring and also had my personal good experiences. I'm saying this because it can be backed up by the statistics. So, as you can see, mentees are 5 times more likely to be promoted. 25% of mentees have a salary grade change, in opposed to just 5% of employees who don't have mentors. 84% of mentees become proficient in their roles faster. 9 in 10 mentees say they're happy in their jobs. 87% of mentors and mentees feel empowered and develop greater confidence. And 69% of mentees are making better decisions. So that sounds like a really good package. As you know, and as I already said, I am part of the mentoring team at the University of Westminster, where we together connect around 1,000 of students per year with experienced mentors. And these students come back to us with testimonials saying that they just secured their first internship, their first placement or job. They gained confidence. They realized what career they want to pursue. And all of this not only proves that my job is one of the most rewarding in the world, but also that this statistics is very close to the reality. So, why mentoring? I have taken part in formal mentoring programs 3 times in my life. My first mentor helped me bridge my marketing and medical degrees so that I can develop my career in the medical recruitment industry. And this is how I first secured my first internship in the UK and then a 1-year contract as a marketing executive in a healthcare recruitment company. My second mentor helped me realize where my strengths lied. And so I found out that I actually love helping people, I'm good with people, and I love mentoring. And this is when I started developing my career in mentoring. My third mentor, with whom I'm still working now, helps me a lot with my public speaking aspirations. And here I am today as a keynote speaker amongst some impressive speakers at the UK's Tech Jobs Fair. So again, this was really helpful to me. As you can see, mentoring played a significant role in my career development, both when I was a student, a graduate, and a junior employee. And from what I know, most of you are job seekers at similar stages of your career. So I believe that mentoring can help you too. So what is mentoring? Mentoring is a semi-charitable, cooperative, and nurturing relationship between a more experienced professional and someone who will benefit from this experience. So mentors provide structured support and facilitate mentees' growth, therefore allowing them to fill knowledge and skills gaps, gain confidence, and identify and achieve their personal and professional goals. Mentors, in response, get to improve their communication skills, learn how to provide better feedback, how to build rapport, how to actively listen, and therefore enhance their leadership, and their communication portfolio skills. So mentoring relationship is non-judgmental and confidential. Unlike management relationship, mentoring relationships tend to be voluntary on both sides. Unlike coaching relationship, it's usually unpaid and more about support and guidance rather than working towards one specific goal. So I have told you a lot about how this mentoring relationship, how amazing they are. So how can you get into one? So I prepared a 6 steps model for you. It's preparation, identifying a mentor, finding a mentor, approaching the mentor, launching a mentoring relationship, and then maintaining a mentoring relationship. So let's start with preparation. Preparation is always the most important step in any process. So this is a step where you need to spend time on self-reflection. What do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? So basically, this is a step where you think of your objectives and goals. So for example, you might be looking for your first job. You may be looking for a career progression. You may want to take on more responsibility. You may want to learn how to ask for a raise or how to solve a conflict situation at work. So all these topics can be covered in your mentoring relationships. The next stage is identifying your perfect mentor. So this is where you ask yourself a question. So do you want this mentor to have the same background as you? Do you want them to be based in the same city or country? Do you want them to work at the company where you want to get yourself? Do you want them to have any specific network of connections? So these questions will help you to create so-called mentoring persona, an ideal mentor. And later, when you start looking for mentors, this will help you to filter people and find the mentor that you would really benefit from. So after you identify this ideal mentor persona, you actually start looking for a mentor. And I suggest 4 pathways that may be helpful to you. So the first one is to look for mentoring programs. There are a lot of formal mentoring programs everywhere, in every country, in every city. Some of them cover specific professional in this area. Some of them cover specific demographics. So you can find mentoring programs for young scientists, for women in tech, for career changers, etc., etc. So invest some time into the search of the programs that can suit you. Additionally, if you are a student or a recent graduate, it is highly likely that your university already has a mentoring program, which is really tailored to your education. So do reach to your university and ask if you can be connected to a mentor. The next pathway is alumni networks. Basically, every educational establishment will have either a formal or informal community of alumni. And it will be much easier for you to ask any of them to become your mentor because you will have this common educational background. The next pathway is personal networks, and I'm talking about friends and friends of the friends. I'm talking about academics and alumni they have access to. I'm talking about current or former coworkers. I'm not saying that you need to ask any of them to be your mentors, but they may know someone who may be perfect to you. So it's always helpful to ask around. And the final pathway is LinkedIn, one of my favorite platforms, which I believe is one of the best platforms to look for potential mentors. To do that, first create your profile, make it look professional, make sure that it represents who you are and what you're doing, and then start networking and connecting with like-minded people. One of them will later become one of your mentors. So these pathways are all effective. However, the last 3 are more about non-structural mentoring relationship, which some people prefer as it gives them freedom of how many mentoring meetings they may have, of how many times they want to meet, for how long, and what topics to cover. So again, it's up to you of what pathway you would want to choose. So how to approach a mentor after you find them? When approaching a mentor, it's very important to be direct, but not demanding. Talk about your request first, try to find what kind of common grounds you have. And then don't go for a big request straight away. Don't ask them to mentor you for 6 months straight away or to connect you with the hiring manager. Ask just for one of conversation first. So I know that quite often people struggle with writing this first message. So I drafted an example of how you can approach someone on LinkedIn or via email if you want them to potentially mentor you. So here is the example. Hi, Timea. My name is Mariia. I'm a mentoring assistant at the University of Westminster, where I connect students with their dream mentors. I have noticed that you, like me, have a passion for mentoring, and I'm in awe of your work with public speaking, particularly on the topics related to marketing. I'm now getting ready for a big public talk myself, where I will share my knowledge of the benefits of mentoring. taking into account that you have so much experience with that, I was wondering if we can have a chat so that I can share my notes for the talk and possibly get some comments and constructive criticism from you. So as you can see, I highlighted our common grounds. I talked about my request straight away, and I requested just one conversation here. So then, if you get this one conversation, if you feel that it was effortless and easy on both sides, you can later request to have a longer-term mentoring relationship. And if they agree, congrats, you got yourself a mentor. So what can you do to maintain this emerging mentoring relationship? How to make it a success? There is no secret recipe for everyone, but I'm here to give you some tips. So I'll give you 5 tips. The first one, when you're about to start your mentoring relationship, think of some kind of informal mentoring contract. There you can discuss how often do you want to have your meetings, where do you want to have your meetings, what topics do you want to cover, and what topics you definitely don't want to cover. You can discuss some kind of milestones that will prove that you're actually moving towards your goals. You can agree on how you want to receive feedback. The next tip is remember that your mentors are humans too, so you don't need to just present your work, professional persona. Try to be real, talk about your real goals and real challenges, and this will actually help you to create this great relationship with your potential mentor. The next tip is take initiative with casual conversations, be proactive. Again, mentors are helping you for free with your goals, so it's your responsibility to take on you the organization of this relationship. The next tip is be curious, actively listen and ask questions, and also remember that even if you're at a junior level, you can still bring a lot to this relationship. Either it can be your connections, it can be your skills or life experience. Whatever it is, a mentor can benefit from it. And reverse mentoring is really powerful, and it helps you to establish good relationships with your mentor. And the final tip, but one of the most important, to be honest, is that you don't have to have only one mentor. You can develop a network of mentors. This is actually great for you because you will get access to more diverse points of view. You will be able to talk to people with very different skill sets, and this will allow you to make better career decisions. So, to conclude, mentoring is a powerful tool that can help you with starting, developing, or changing your career, with finding the right people and the right answers, as well as rediscovering where your passion lies. So if you take time to reflect on who you are, what you want to do, and what kind of goals and aspirations you have, you will find a mentor or a group of mentors who can help you with doing just that. So go out there, find your perfect mentors, and take your first steps to success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariia.
If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Interesting talk. I have one question from my end as well. How does the mentoring program works at your university?
Sure. So at the university, we have several mentoring programs. So one of them is a long-term mentoring program where we connect students with successful alumni from our university for 3 to 6 months. We also have a short-term mentoring program, which is called Ask a Mentor. And this is where my colleague Shabnas and myself work. And this is an opportunity for students to be connected with mentors for this one-off conversation. And also now we are pioneering group mentoring sessions that tend to be really helpful to students as they can talk to mentors while being in really short groups and still get some kind of insight and career advice.
I have another question from Mariia Jain. Can we have more than one mentor, and how? I would introduce on you the stage and you can have your question.
Thank you. So was it Mariia who asked the question? Okay, so Mariia, as I mentioned, we definitely can have more than one mentor. And this is even something that I would recommend because every person is different. Everyone would have different kind of skill sets, different kind of experience, which means that the more people you have, the better you will be at making career decisions. The easier it would be for you to get some kind of advice from these different people. So if you want to get several mentors, you can use one of the 4 pathways that I mentioned in the middle of my presentation. You can either look for established mentoring programs, you can approach alumni from your university or your schools, you can ask around your personal networks, or you can go to LinkedIn, which is one of the most effective ways, and start following people who you think may become a good mentor for you. And just start sending them messages and start asking them for advice. And maybe later they will agree to mentor you for a longer term mentoring relationship. Hope it answers your question.
We have another question from Karan. I will invite you on the stage.
I think the question was from Karen, right? I think Urvashi was talking about Karen. So I can see the question here. How to find the right approach on advice given by the mentor? Well, I guess here you just need to use your common sense and see how helpful this advice may be for you. It's always just your decision, because sometimes you may disagree with your mentors. So actually here, this is where getting a second mentor is really helpful, because if you are not sure that you agree with your first mentor, you can talk to your second mentor and get this second opinion. Karen, I hope this answers your question.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here and to answer your questions, and I hope that you found my presentation helpful. Do contact me on LinkedIn if you have any more questions. I am mostly accepting all the connection requests, so do get in touch, and good luck with your careers, and enjoy this wonderful event.